Bikes are a commonplace transportation tool, and performing maintenance on them may be easier than you think. For the past 9 years, I've been riding my bike regularly, and only once in those 9 years have I had an issue serious enough that I need to go to a bike shop to resolve it. I had cracked my fork. When I was in middle school, I took and graduated from a summer program called Phoenix Bikes, which taught me the basics of bicycle maintenance. And today I will teach you the most important bike maintenance skill for most riders, which is how to replace a flat tire on the go. So, in order to do this, you will need to take your tools with you, which can be done with the use of a saddlebag, which fits neatly on the underside of most saddles. And mine normally contains many tools, but the four that are necessary for this operation is a spare tube that'll fit for my bike levers, which we will get to in a moment, a CO2 canister to hold the air because you will not be able to take this with you on the go, and a little converter so that we can attach this canister to our bike valve. So, first thing we're going to do after we get our tools out and ready is make the bikes very accessible. And we'll do this by flipping it upside down. Now, in order to remove the tire, the wheel from the bike, we are going to do two things. We're first going to loosen the brakes. There should be a nice little lever here that you can use to loosen it. And then we're going to take off the skewer, allowing us to remove the wheel completely. I just realized you can't see my beautiful face. Alright, so I'm going to pop this up, ignore that falling over, and we're going to get into our first step, which is going to be getting part of this tire off of the rim. Now, this is where the tire levers come in. We're going to navigate to a good starting point. We're going to reach under the tire, lift the lever, and then we're just going to slide this along the entire circumference, popping the tire off extremely efficiently. Now we're going to return to our valve, pump the tire over so we can see the tube, which is right here, and the valve underneath, which is right here. So we can push the valve right through with the tire moved to the side. And now that we have this out, we can pull the rest of the tube out quite easily and get to, sorry, I didn't see where it fell, this. So this is very neatly compartmentalized, and I don't want to ruin that for the sake of this. I pretend that the tube I just removed is actually the new one. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to give it a tiny bit of air. So we will screw this into here, and then this will pressurize into here, but it won't release until we push it onto the valve. So we'll put a tiny bit of air into the valve, which will make it a lot easier for us to do the next step. Which is right over here. Now, typically road tires are expected to last 1,000 miles, according to Bicycle Warehouse. And if you are commuting daily or just riding for fun, you can expect to go through that maybe half a year. Of course, you know, this varies a lot. It could be a year and a half. If you're not riding very often, this could last you until the rubber is worn, which could take years, and then You could pop at any time, not just when you're doing something risky. Alright, so we're just going to be slotting this tube back in. Now, the tire is almost completely off the rim, and we're pushing the tube into here. So we're not actually putting it back onto the rim just yet. Right. How do we have it like this? We're going to be putting a little bit more air into this tube. But not too much, because we don't want it to be in a nasty position when we fully inflate it, which will cause it to be pinched and result in us flattening our brand new tube. Alright, now, looks quite nice, it's lined up. The tube is fully seated inside of the rim, and now all we have left is to pop this tire back inside the rim. And it's very important that the tube does not pop out while we're doing this. Otherwise, when we inflate aggressive way, it will instantly flat. This will require a bit of elbow grease, but I have faith that you will persevere. Alright, now we just inflate it to the necessary PSI, which will be marked in tiny font, tiny black font, on the side of the tire. So, good as new.